Yo, yo, yo. What up, my peoples? What's going on, guys? Well, we were supposed to be watching this trailer. So good morning, first of all. Let's just start off with how this should start off and just say good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you. It's good to see you guys. Happy Tuesday. Then we can address the elephant in the room, if you will. The elephant in the room. So I spent yesterday kind of taking care of my family sick and everything. I'm getting a little bit of it too. I'm not too bad right now. I'm doctoring up and stuff too, but was taking care of the family yesterday and stuff. I didn't spend much time diving into the world of video games and stuff. I was kind of hyper focused on taking care of the family. Wake up this morning and am prepared to do the news, video gaming news segment as we always do, and then watch the GTA 6 premiere, which was supposed to be happening at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. our time, 6 a.m. Pacific time, and then I realized that it had leaked. And so it got released early. Yeah. Oh, I take items. I take vitamins, too. Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's that time of the year. It's inevitable, almost. It seems like it's so hard for people to not get sick. My wife works in a medical facility, too. So she wears a mask all the time and everything, but it's almost like, it's almost like it's inevitable that we end up grabbing something, you know what I mean? Because germs stick to everything, man. You know what I mean? She's in the medical career field, and yeah, the premiere was supposed to be happening this morning at about 2 hours from now, about an hour and a half from now, actually. I was all getting us set up. I had it in the title, and then I was pulling up the YouTube channel for Rockstar, and I was like, oh, it's already there. And it's actually, there are articles everywhere. The devs are pissed, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Look, man, this is, yeah, we're going to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I mean, look, man, the graphics should be way better. You know what I mean? This should be quite the jump in evolution for this game, right? We'll talk about the leaks. We'll talk about all that stuff. The thing that I always try to, fall back on, and the thing that I think sucks is it's a bad thing for the industry as a whole. It's a bad thing for us as consumers. It's a bad thing for developers that we can't just have a relationship where there can be open communication. The developers don't have to worry about us trying to steal information as the consumer and the enthusiast. And, they don't have to have their hands pushed into giving us information before they're ready to give it to us. That's a terrible thing. It's a terrible situation we deal with. And it's gotten a lot of developers to the point of where they're very reluctant and locking, they do their very best to lock down stuff. Some are better than others. Nintendo's very good. Rockstar's obviously very bad. Some are better than others. We're going to talk a lot about it this morning, but I've had this sentiment for a long time. Double-edged sword with communication. Well, so here's the thing, though, dude, and I've talked about this for a long time. You have to understand it from a developer's point of view as well, right? So how long have they been dealing with things like, and I'm talking about developers as a whole, okay? But when you look at a developer, and there are some developers that are still really good about, having open lines of communication and stuff like that, but you have to understand how scary it can be for a developer too. How many of these developers have dealt with psychopaths coming to their workplace or showing up at their private residence, threatening to kill them or harm their families or things like that. You know what I mean? It's you want to talk about a double-edged sword. It falls on both us as the consumer and the gaming enthusiast, as well as the developer. The developers need to treat us the right way, and we need to treat them the right way. So it's not like it's just been an issue of, well, they just don't want to communicate with us. There have been plenty of occasions in the past where developers have wanted to communicate openly with us, but those lines of communication get shut down because they have these crazy individuals, which, let's be fair, are a small part of the population of us as gaming enthusiasts, right? But nonetheless, it happens and it ruins it for us because they do crazy ass things like that, right? So I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll flesh it out. We've got plenty of articles up here that are about like the Rockstar devs reacting to this situation and stuff like that. And I'm going to flesh it out. I've talked about it a lot in the past. It falls, there's faults on both sides of this coin, right? There's faults on both sides. Developers have treated us poorly. We've treated developers poorly. Perfect world, it wouldn't be like that. Developers wouldn't have to worry. We wouldn't have to worry about developers either. And I can understand why people have gotten irate. And I mean, not to the point of like threatening people. That's insane, right? This is the worst leak? No way. No way. Them getting hacked is the worst leak. For sure. Because the hack by that 17-year-old stole a ton of their code. It stole a ton of their videos. It stole a ton of data. I don't think this is their worst leak. I would not say that. That 17-year-old in London that hacked them and stole all that information, that was substantial. Because it was code too. It was a lot of their back-end code for the game, which was pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Trailer for most anticipated game versus the code behind the game that can be sold and obtained by other coders and other developers doesn't even stand up to it, in my opinion, dog. Doesn't even stand up to it. Not even. In my opinion. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. We've got a lot to flesh out. Got a lot to flesh out. So, on that note, we'll be talking about all this. We'll be talking about all this. Let's go ahead and dive in here. It's going to be a wild morning. Again, I am a little bit under the weather. Expected GTA 6 in 2028. I was actually expecting it next year. I haven't seen the release date. I haven't watched the trailer. I didn't want to spoil myself on this without other people being here as well. Okay. So I didn't want to watch this without the community being available because I had told everybody we were going to watch this at a specific time. I'm not watching this trailer until 8 a.m. We've got an hour and a half till I'm watching this trailer. I'm not watching it till then. I don't plan on diving into a lot of this GTA 6 stuff until that time because that's not fair to our community. Okay. So even though it leaked and even though I'm aware of that, I'm not going to watch this until about an hour and a half from now because that's when we potentially have other people coming in to watch this video and watch it together as a community and talk about it and things like that. So I know a lot of people have probably already watched it, and that's absolutely fine. But for the people that wanted to watch it together for the first time, I'm going to hold off. They deserve, our community deserves to do that together, even though it did release already, and most people have probably already seen it. But for me, that's one of those things I'm going to do for people. So we will pull up articles. We'll talk about stuff. We'll run through as many articles that are not... Here's the thing. I don't know how many articles we're going to be able to find today that don't have to do with the trailer. You know what I mean? So it's we'll see what other news there might be out there and how much time we can kind of take up before we need to watch the trailer. You know what I mean? I don't know that there's going to be a lot of other news out there, but we'll see what we can find. Okay. So, we'll start this off, dude. Happy flipping Tuesday. It's going to be a wild morning for the news and everything, of course, with all this that we know and we've been talking about, but I hope everybody's doing well. And, yeah, just, I would say precursor to the day and PSA is, I feel okay. I'm medicated as well. We only did about a 6-hour stream yesterday, and it depends on how my kiddos are doing today. Both my kids have been sick. My daughter especially is really not doing very well. So, if she's still doing really bad, I probably won't go much past like noon again today, because taking care of my kids is going to be at the top of my priority list here today. So just be aware that I'm going to be kind of bumping out and in from the stream to check on them, see how they're doing. Obviously, she's going to be sleeping through the first part of the news and everything, but just understand that. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here, man. Let's jump in here. And there it is, all over the place. All over the place, man. Yeah, so the Rockstar devs react. This flipping sucks. Yeah, I feel for him, dude. I feel for him. Again, I think it's one of those things where Rockstar definitely hasn't been very good. Like Soup and I were just talking about, Rockstar hasn't been very good at keeping people away from their stuff. They're not ready to announce or information about their stuff yet. And one moment. All right, sorry. Ow, god dang, dude, just busted my shin. All right, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. God dang it. So PC gamers embrace themselves. We already talked. We already kind of knew this was coming. I'm under the impression PC is not getting this game until probably about a year and a half after PlayStation will be getting it. PlayStation got publishing rights, and this is not a this is the usual for Rockstar and their high-profile games. Most of their games are pretty high-profile. Red Dead, GTA, stuff like that. They like to give publishing rights, get contracted publishing rights to big companies, quite often console companies and stuff, and so it means that that game can't hit certain other platforms at the same time. And PC gamers are going to be pissed. I talked about this yesterday. And I think that's probably what this is going to be about. But we'll talk about it after we watch the trailer. Yeah. PS Plus Stealth Update brings expanded features to premium games. Take a look at this. Plus 3 new PS Plus Essential games can be downloaded now. Dude, we've already talked about these. Power Wash Simulator. What else was in there? Lego 2K Drive and Sable. If you weren't aware, if you don't know, now you know, chatters. There you go. There's your link. We've talked about it. Not going to spend time on that today. Bro. The day before. Please don't accuse us of scamming. Where's Vault at, dude? Is Vault up in here yet? Bro, where's Vault at? Oh, no, dude. All right, so for those of you that don't know, the day before is a game that was like literally the most wish-listed game for a year to roughly a year and a half on Steam before Hogwarts Legacy. And it was supposed to come out last year or early this year. Early this year, maybe. Can't remember. Might have been the end of last year. But it got delayed. There's a bunch of wonkiness with it, man. Bunch of wonkiness. Copyright stuff they didn't take care of. All kinds of wild stuff. The premise around this game was very interesting, which had a lot of people interested in it, which is why it was so highly wished wish listed by people. Dude, it got totally removed off of Steam. Like, all kinds of wild stuff. But it's supposed to be dropping in like, what, 2 days? 2 days, I think. Yeah, December 7th. December 7th. And now they're just telling people like, yo, don't accuse us of scamming you. Basically, I think, you know, what I've been telling people is like, I would not buy this game when it comes out anyways. That's what I've been telling people. Just wait till it comes out and see what other people have to say about it before you decide to spend money on it. And look, I think this confirms my notions, my assumptions about what this game's going to be. We'll read this entire article later and see if, you know, I'm on the right track here for what they're talking about. But please don't accuse us of scamming. This would lead me to believe that most of my assumptions about what this game's going to be bringing to the table are correct, and that people should stay away from this right now. If the devs themselves are asking people to not accuse them of scamming, probably worth staying away from this. We'll read about it though. It's gonna be a wild morning, dude. Yo, I've got the body aches, and it does not feel good. I'm cold, meaning I probably have a fever. I've got body aches, which is not fun. I'm about to crank the flipping heater up to about 80. God dang it. I knew I'd get this, dude. I knew, dude. After the rest of my family got it, that I would get it last. Man, flipping ridiculous. I was just sick too, dude. This one's a nasty one though. My daughter didn't eat anything almost all day yesterday. Just laid in bed all day. She feels terrible. I'm hoping she feels better today. Yeah. Gaming token mania. Gross. $2025, huh? So we're looking at a 2025 launch. Yeah, I was actually thinking that it could potentially come to us next year, but it looks like we're looking at like about a year and a half from now, maybe something roundabouts, depending on when they release it in 2025. That's a big window, but we'll see it in the trailer and everything. Oh, this is gonna be gross, dude. Dude, I'm getting the feeling they developed this game around like token, like NFT currency, flipping. Oh, bro. That's unfortunate. We'll see. That's gonna be unfortunate. Yeah, we'll just see in the trailer first before we make any kind of like assumptions here, but bro, I hope not. Dude, we vibing, yo. The double dip. Yeah, we've got this up. We've got this up already. Yep. The double dip, baby. I call out Nintendo for the double dipping all the time. A lot of companies like to do that. It feels bad. Been a tough year overall for the video gaming industry. It's been a tough year for the employees of the video gaming industry. The video gaming industry is on the, I mean, it's still more profitable than it even was last year. and we've got more banger games than we even had last. We've got the best year for game releases we've had in probably the last 2 decades. But it's just layoff after layoff after layoff after layoff after layoff. Insurgency developer New World Interactive has now been shut down by Embracer as well. Another developer under Embracer has been dissolved. Well, I'm so grossed out by this. The Last of Us Part 2 didn't need a remaster, dude. This game's not even 4 years old. We can't even get some companies to bring us like 13-year-old games. Rockstar remastered. They just port them. And then we got Naughty Dog, who's too scared to make anything new. So what do? They take The Last of Us Part 2 and then they remaster it when it's not even 4 years old yet. How disgusting is that? I've got an article on YouTube about this, actually. Let me learn you real quick. Yeah. Right there, dude. Naughty Dog is scared to develop anything new. Yeah, get wrecked. That's so gross to see, in my opinion, man. Yeah, one of the things we need to talk about, you know how every single year in the gaming industry, we have like a number of games, a handful maybe. Usually it's about 3, but sometimes it'll be a few more, that most developers and publishers will avoid the release of entirely. Like, you think about some recent ones like Tears of the Kingdom, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, stuff like that, right? A lot of publishers and developers, they'll avoid those releasing their games at any kind of, roughly month, whether before or after, they'll avoid those releases. How much do you think publishers and developers are going to be avoiding Grand Theft Auto 6? It's going to be stupid. Whenever GTA 6 releases, whatever that definitive date is, publishers and developers are going to be avoiding that release date at all cost and for a large time span. Probably like we haven't seen before. It's going to be really weird. It's going to be like the only game dropping around that time, really. Besides maybe like some indie stuff or something like that. I'm willing to bet. See the graphics on what? The Last of Us Part 2? Is that what you're talking about? Like the remaster? Is that what you're talking about, Soup? Like a comparison or whatever? Oh, FF16? Yo, one second. My bad, guys. Wait, what? Final Fantasy 16? It didn't send, huh? I saw FF16. See the graphics on those? I don't know. I don't know if it sent. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see any specific message. That's why I didn't know what you were talking about. Fill me in, Soup. What are we talking about here? I feel lost, dude. Am I just that sick? Am I just that sick? Look how fat my flipping face is, dude. I'm all flipping. I need to start working out. Shaved my beard off. Now I can't hide my fat face. My face is just all fat, dude. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16. But what brought that up? What brought that up? That's what I'm asking. I mean, I've seen Final Fantasy 16. This is my deal with Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16 wasn't a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy 16 was a Devil May Cry type game with a Final Fantasy skin on it. And they threw the Final Fantasy summons in it and stuff. Well, look, to be fair, I mean, there have been plenty of changes to the Final Fantasy series and stuff to modernize it and everything. And I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. But basically what they did is they took the core away from that game, which is, it is through and through. Final Fantasy at its core is an RPG. It always has been. And when you take that away, that game, Final Fantasy 16, is just a very, very light RPG aspects. That's all it has to it. Very light RPG aspects. And that's not what it's ever been about. And they converted it over to being more about just some action combat game. And they totally pushed aside all the things that a Final Fantasy game has traditionally supposed to have been about. And it's not like you can't modernize that type of game. They've been doing it for a long time, right? But they totally missed, in my opinion. The game looks amazing, and I'm not saying it's a bad game by any means, but it's not a Final Fantasy game. You know, for all those traditional Final Fantasy fans out there and stuff, they missed. And I think that's why it didn't sell very well. Yeah. Yeah, the graphics on that game is just perfect. The Last of Us 2. Well, yeah, that, I mean, I think this is the thing is like the original version of The Last of Us Part 2 is fine. It didn't need a remaster yet. Maybe in about 4 or 5 more years, I could see it. But now, it's fine. We haven't had enough evolution in the industry for them to go, yeah, we need to go ahead. That game's looking pretty old. You know? Like, let's go ahead and remaster this bad boy and give everybody a new look at the old game, you know, that everybody loves. No, it's not even 4 years old yet. It's so gross to see companies do that thing. And again, I mean, I've talked about this, and I talked about it in that linked VOD that I put in there from our YouTube page. It's like, there's 2 different issues on that same subject, which is either companies are too scared to do anything new, so they remaster stuff way too soon, or they want to port games like Rockstar did with Red Dead Redemption, port games that are 13 years old and don't touch them at all. Then they want to charge $50 for them. It's like, really? You want to just port the original game? 13-year-old game? It's a banger of a game, don't get me wrong. But you're not going to touch it and you're going to charge what a remaster should cost? That's trash. That's trash. That port should have cost maybe $20, $25 most. It's a port of a 13-year-old game. $50 is a remaster prize. That's so gross, dude. I don't think GTA 6 is coming to PC at launch. Yeah, leaked on Twitter. Yeah, we're going to talk about all this. We've got an article up. The devs are pissed, and rightfully so. NVIDIA's RTX technologies are now supported by 500 games and apps with more to come. Sick. Apparently, they're stating that work on part 3 of The Last of Us has not started yet, probably because they're too busy remastering a 3-year-old game. Unacceptable! Get wrecked, Naughty Dog. Bro, we're jamming. We jamming right now. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can tell when you're getting sick, when you've got like your nasal passages, and you can feel in the back of your nasal passages, it's like burning, dude. It's just burning. You know what I mean? You're not congested yet. You know you will be, because your nasal passages are just on fire, dude. That's how I woke up this morning. I'm like, dang it, dude. I'm probably going to sleep like crap the next few days. $20.25. Yo, Soup, are you going to be able to last that long? Soup's going to explode with anticipation before 2025 hits, you know? Oh, this is gross, dude. GTA 6 trailer release looks set to benefit gaming crypto. I'm going to pull this up. I don't know if we're going to hit on this or not. We'll wait and see after the, oh God, I hope not, dude. Oh, that's such a gross play, bro. That's just, dude, that is something right there that just reinforces the notion to me. I will not have anything to do with Rockstar moving forward, and I absolutely won't be playing GTA 6. If they're incorporating crypto into that game, oh my God. You want to talk about one of the biggest schemazes in the gaming industry over the past few years? It's the incorporation of crypto. It's been so gross, dude. Game Pass adds 4 more games today. We'll take a look at that. Yo, I actually shaved yesterday and I just left my mustache. Bro, I had that bad boy lined up too. It was looking sweet, son. Left my my flipping flavor saver also. Just had that flipping, that mustache just lined up going down past the lips with that flavor saver sitting there. I was looking like Doc Holliday, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm your Huckleberry. You know what I mean? But I walked in there. My wife wasn't feeling good, and she took one look at me and was like, shut her eyes. And I was like, oh, that's not good, dude. That's not good. So I went and shaved it off. But, dude, we got Mustache March coming. We got Mustache March coming before we know it. And I'll grow us a nice mustache for Mustache March. All right. See it as 1 year left. Yeah. But because that's what I was saying earlier. Like the window, right? The window for 2025 is 365 days. So that can mean anything from January 1st to December 31st of that year, right? I think this is the trick. I think the trick is to actually plan for a late release. So if it releases early, you're not disappointed. If you plan for an early release of 2025 and it doesn't release until late, you're going to be disappointed, man. You're setting yourself up for being disappointed in that front. So maybe just plan for at least like a mid-year release or something. That way you won't be too disappointed if it does release like late in the year. And you know what I mean? Be careful on that one. So sorry, guys. Dude, that's a banger right there. I like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, word. Yeah, we got about an hour left and we'll watch it. Excuse me. New EA Originals game reportedly tells of Kinzera? 2.5D platformer about wielding magic? What? Alright, we'll see what this is. Not high expectations considering it's EA, you know? But we'll see. Just straight vibing, dude. That's a cut right there. EA's discounted massive games by 90% on Xbox this week. Take a peek for you. Alright. Let's take a look at our other search here. Excuse me. I know, dude. I knew it was gonna be like that too, Soup. Yeah. As soon as I was getting the stream ready, man, and I went over to the YouTube page, because you know, you were telling me yesterday too, like the YouTube page actually initially had like a countdown timer on it, right? So I left this up yesterday, and I was like, all right, I'll just leave that up because we'll need it tomorrow. And I was expecting it to have a few hours left on the timer, and then like I pulled this up before I even had my search page up for the flipping like video gaming news stuff. And bro, all it was like the trailer, and I was like, uh-oh. I was like, oh dude, it dropped. I was like, that probably means a leak, dude. And I did a quick search, and I was like, yeah, we got things to talk about this morning. Yep. I knew it too, man. I was like, dude, it's gonna be and it's gonna be, dude. The rest of the past the next week to week and a half is just gonna be them like people dissecting the crap out of that trailer. You know what I mean? So, and I've been like kind of bracing for this fact. The next like week and a half is just gonna be a complete flipping dissection of everything anybody can find and try to make something out of from this trailer. You know. And we're just going to have article after article after article after article. So we're going to have to like kind of sift our way through the good and the bad stuff, you know? Oh, are you? You getting a little room refresh, huh? All right, all right, all right. You going to get some like nice feng shui going, you know what I'm saying? What you doing? You know? You just replacing everything or what? What's the deal? Gaming chair word. Dude, I need a new gaming chair too. Yeah, I've been rocking this like, I mean, I don't know if you can even see. It's not even a true gaming chair. It's just like an office chair, dog. Look at this bad boy. But it works, man. See this thing? God dang, that's not flipping. Look. Oh, god dang. See that? This is my gaming chair. Got a little flipping like lumbar pad that straps onto the back, support my back a little bit because I sit here all flipping day long. You know? But I probably need to get a big, bad, nice, really good ergonomic gaming chair. This one's been all right, dude. It hasn't been bad, but I need to get a legit one. It's got like the arms go up and down, you know. Needed the trailer. That's it. Play FF7 Rebirth. Let's go, dude. Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite game of all time. I still own the original. Not like greatest hits or anything. Well, I own 2 discs and the original case. My friend lost, way back in the day, my friend lost disc 1. And I was pissed. So I still need original disc 1. But Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite game of all time, baby. Sephiroth. Best boy. And Vincent, dude. I like Vincent a lot, too. But I still need to play, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. And what I might do is like wait, because I was waiting for it to hit PC, and then it hit PC, and the port was bad, and I just haven't played it since because I was like, you know what, Square Enix can get wrecked, you know. I'm not gonna pay full price for that game whenever they're not even the ones that are gonna like take the time to fix it. Modders fixed it. Yeah. So. But what I might do is play, like, before too long, play Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, and then Rebirth and stuff is, like, right behind it or something. We're going to be making a schedule right at the beginning of the new year. We'll figure all that out. But Rebirth would have to come to PC and everything, too, so whenever that's happening. Because that's not happening for a while, is it? I haven't even kept up with that, really. Can anybody update me on that? Do we know? Was that being a, I didn't think it was hitting PC right away, was it? It's just, it's just PS5, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Exclusive to PS5. That's what I thought, yeah. Yeah. I might wait till they're all on PC and then just play them all back to back, dude. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thanks, Soup. Yeah. It's probably more like 6 to 8 months. Something like that. It could even be longer than that because it's PlayStation. PlayStation is trying to get better about their PC releases, but we'll see. Yeah. They usually wait at least a year, if not a little bit more, for their first-party proprietary titles, you know. Especially the big ones. So we'll see. I'm just anticipating at least a year. If it comes out sooner than that, then cool. But Square Enix is actually kind of balls at their PC ports, so it'll still need time to bake. I'm assuming as well. It'll still need time to bake on PC even after they release it because they're not very good at their PC ports, man. Game Awards on Thursday, peoples. We're doing like a 14-hour stream as long as I feel good. Right now, the plan is a 14-hour stream, roughly. Game all day. Game Awards to end the stream. So, be ready for it. Come hang out, watch the Game Awards. Make fun of Jeff Keighley for being an industry puppet. Awards leaked. Wait, what? They don't mean anything anyways. The big thing that I care to watch the awards for is just the flipping the trailers and stuff, you know. So EA confirms layoffs at racing game developer Codemasters to meet evolving business needs. Another layoff. Let's go. That sucks, dude. terrible, bro. Wait, what? They're making a Donkey Kong Country expansion to their theme park stuff. Nintendo is interesting. Yeah, I've talked about this. They're talking about all the layoffs and all the banger games that got released. I've got a VOD on YouTube about it. Sonic Dream Team gameplay shows the Apple Arcade exclusive in action. We'll take a peek. All right, last page, and then we'll start jumping into all this news. Got about 50 minutes left before we'll wait till more people are in here to start watching the GTA trailer. God dang, son. Yeah, it already has 60 million views on YouTube, dude. It's flipping insane. That's insane, dude. Bro, are you kidding me? No way. Payday Studio Starbreeze is making a Dungeons & Dragons live service game. It will suck. Starbreeze can't, and they still haven't even released a day one patch for their most notable game ever, Payday. Payday 3 still doesn't have a day one patch, yo. Oh, gross. That's clickbait. Bro, let's dive in here. God dang. What a flippin' day. Alright. EA confirms layoffs at racing game developer Codemasters to meet evolving business needs. Let's turn off this music here. All right, man. EA confirms layoffs at racing game developer Codemasters to meet evolving business needs. The numbers affected are unknown. Publisher EA has confirmed that there has been a round of layoffs at EA-owned studio Codemasters, known for its popular racing game series such as F1 Grid and Dirt. It's unclear how many staff are affected at the current time. The confirmation comes in a statement to IGN, which also provided some insight into why the cutbacks are taking place. Our business is constantly changing as we strive to deliver amazing games and services that keep our players engaged, connected, and inspired, the statement read. At times, this requires the company to make small-scale organizational changes that align our teams and resources to meet evolving business needs and priorities. We continue to work closely with those affected by these changes, providing appropriate support throughout this process. One of the major players in the UK video gaming industry, Codemasters has helmed several major racing franchises. Since it was founded in '86, the studio was acquired by EA in 2021, which subsequently saw a small subsidiary of the studio, Codemasters Cheshire, merged into Need for Speed developer Criterion Games in order to support the franchise. The news comes in a year of startling successful video game releases, including recent high-profile hits like the brilliant Baldur's Gate 3 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, despite the clear consumer demand for ever more video games. Not to mention the continued strong sales of gaming hardware like PS5, it is also a time when the UK games industry seems to be navigating increasingly dire straits. The world's gaming industry is just getting obliterated as far as jobs are concerned. You know, it's unfortunate because all of the rest, this is all true. Amazing game releases, more demand for games and hardware. Sales are up over what they were last year. It's handful of Codemasters' recent titles include Grid Legends, have seemingly struggled to attract an audience. Handful of other major UK developers have announced similar measures to cut costs in the last few months. This includes rounds of layoffs at Little Big Planet creator Media Molecule, strategy game, Giant Frontier Developments, and major indie publisher Team 17. Another on the long list of brutal 2023 job loss in the gaming industry, man. Feels bad. Video Sonic Dream Team gameplay shows the Apple Arcade exclusive in action. The iOS exclusive is out today, and our gameplay footage shows the first 2 stages. Let's watch this. Oh, my body hurts, man. And my team got obliterated last night. Stupidly enough, we just played the Lightning at home like 2 days ago and beat them like 8-1. Then last night we played them at their arena, so we played away and they destroyed us. Like, you know, home rink advantage, dude, is definitely a thing. But we normally play pretty well on the road, too, so, I don't know. I couldn't even finish the game. We played so terribly bad. It's 3rd period, like half a 3rd period left. It's like, I'm done. I'm out. I can't do this. I don't normally do that, either. But it was just so rough to watch last night. This looks cool, man. I like this. This looks neat. This looks fun, dude. This looks like a chill time.
Yes.
Did you guys see that? You just couldn't pick up that question mark there? They're like, wait, missed that question mark. Went back, tried to grab it, still couldn't grab that question mark. And then they showcase it in the actual gameplay for the trailer. Interesting. The level design looks really good, though. Looks fun. Huh. Interesting. Sonic Dream Team, huh? Released today on Apple Arcade. Gameplay footage lets you see it in action, which we just watched. Recorded the first 2 stages, the first starring Sonic and the second showing Amy Rose. To give you an idea of how the game looks, you can watch the video embedded at the top of the story or on our YouTube channel. As you can see by the footage, Sonic Dream Team isn't an endless runner like many of the Sonic mobile games currently available. Instead, it's a completely new 3D platformer, albeit a slightly more simplistic one, given that some players will be playing with touch controls. However, controller support is fully supported. Nice. Captured our footage on an iPhone 13 Pro Max with the graphics settings turned up to maximum quality. And used an Xbox Series X controller to play. Sonic Dream Team story revolves around the Reverie, an ancient device Dr. Eggman has found. The Reverie has the power to manifest dreams into reality, so Sonic and his friends have to stop Eggman using it to take over our world. Players can take control of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Rouge, and Cream, and in Sega's words, race through mind-bending dream worlds that include wall-running, gravity changes, and more. Neat, man. That looks pretty good. Again, remember, exclusive to Apple Arcade, okay? Oh, God. Look, let me preface this article with the fact that I was once upon a time a lover of Starbreeze. Payday 2 was a phenomenal game, is a phenomenal game, in my opinion. There's a reason why it's so highly rated by so many people on a platform like Steam. But they're not the company they used to be, which is quite obvious by looking at what they did with the development of Payday 3, the release of Payday 3, the support of Payday 3, and I mean, the last thing we had heard and seen was they still don't have a day one patch out for that game, and Payday 3 was released when? Let's see here. No, I didn't mean to do that, dude. Go back. September 21st. Did they finally get it? They finally got the day one patch out. Finally, sometime towards the end of November. And this game released in September. So roughly probably 2 months it took them to get a day one patch out. This game was riddled with issues. Server issues. And not only that, but I mean, really all they needed to do was take the core of what Payday 2 was, because so many people loved it, and modernize the game, and they missed. They literally missed. It was not anything close to what made people love Payday 2 so much. I mean, you can look at this Payday 3, 42% positive user reviews of almost 35,000 reviews at this point, and you look at Payday 2. By the way, this game's $5. Highly recommend. It's on sale right now, I think. Yeah, it's on sale. You get a lot of the DLC and stuff too. This game is very positive. 89% of over 420,000. Over 420,000 reviews for this game. Came out 10 years ago, and it is 89% positive. And as of recent, past 30 days, it's 94% positive, showing that this game is still a banger. Starbreeze has lost their touch, and I've talked about it a lot here recently, especially with the release of Payday 3. I was thinking about buying into this game on release, and I'm so glad I didn't. It was literally just chance. I ended up going later than expected on another game, and then I found out all the issues, performance, content, everything. And I think you take a look at a title like this, Payday Studio Starbreeze is making a Dungeons and Dragons live service game. I think the only thing you can expect here is that it's not going to be good. If they can't even bring to fruition the next iteration of something that they used to do very well, that really all they should have had to do was bring the core of that game back into a modern fold of gaming for people. They missed on that. How are they supposed to do anything new and unique well? You know what I mean? I'm not expecting anything here. Payday Studio Starbreeze is making a Dungeons & Dragons live service game. The co-op multiplayer title is coming to all major platforms in 2026. The company said it will carry the signature Starbreeze game cornerstones of cooperative multiplayer lifetime commitment through a games as a service model, community engagement, and a larger-than-life experience. Yeah, nice quote that you probably won't be able to fulfill. All right, let's be fair here. Produced with the Unreal Engine 5 and featuring cross-play support, it's set to be published by Starbreeze in 2026 for all major platforms. Hard to imagine a better pairing than Dungeons & Dragons and Starbreeze. What? Oh, let's read the rest of this. It's hard to imagine a better pairing than D&D and Starbreeze, both with their foundation in cooperative and community-driven experiences, play it your way, and infinite replayability, claimed Starbreeze CEO Tobias Sogren. Yeah, right, buddy. Good luck. It doesn't mean they couldn't change their ways and do something better, but look, history is something that we should be taking a look at all the time for developers and publishers, and it is usually a testament as to what they're going to continue to bring to the table. We always want progression. We want developers and publishers to do better for us, but um, quite often that's not the case. And the trend that Starbreeze has shown us is that they're not doing better; they're doing worse. When looking at prospective IPs for our future projects, Dungeons & Dragons was always at the top of our list, and I'm incredibly happy to announce this license. I want to thank Wizards of the Coast for being such a great partner. This is also a company that's starting to get pretty scummy as well. Development of the game is in full swing, and we are excited to deliver an amazing Dungeons & Dragons action adventure in 2026. The launch of Starbreeze's most recent game, Payday 3, failed to meet publisher Embracer Group's expectations. Major server issues, which Starbreeze blamed on problems with external matchmaking software, marred with the co-op game's late September release, while fans were also left frustrated by an extended wait for the title's first update. Starbreeze claimed last month Payday 3 was finally up and running as things should be following the release of the game's first patch. Yet, as you can see, recent reviews, are still bad. They're up from what they are all time, but they're still not good. Last 30 days, 65%. That's not a great score. 6.5 out of 10 or 65 out of 100. That's not great. Not a good look, man. Let's see here. Game Pass adds 4 more games today. We'll be watching this trailer fairly quickly here, okay, guys? Game Pass subscribers are eating good today as 4 new games joined both Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, including Rise of the Tomb Raider, banger game for sure. So the games that are being added: Rise of the Tomb Raider, World War Z Aftermath, Clone Drone, and the Danger Zone. Say that 10 times fast. And While the Iron's Hot are all coming to Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass and will be playable with Xbox Cloud Gaming. They have trailers for all of these games, and you can take a look and see if you're interested in any of them. But these are the games being added as of probably yesterday, actually. We just have 4 hours ago. It is today, as of today. So I'll link this. Take a look. See if you're interested. All right. New EA Originals game reportedly tells of Kinzera Zhao. This is Immortals of Avium, or AKA Magic Call of Duty. The next game from EA Originals is expected to be Tales of Kinzera Zhao, ZAU, according to a new post from Dill Labs. It describes the game as a 2.5D side-scrolling platformer with a release date of April 23rd, 2024. Tales of Kinzera ZAU will be developed by Surgent Studios. The developer has no previous titles in the gaming industry. It will reportedly be available on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S for $18 US. EA Originals is publishing arm that specifically concentrates on supporting innovative games and indie teams. They're best known for the Unravel series, Immortals of Avium, and It Takes Two. EA Originals did publish Wild Hearts Monster Hunter Clone, that arguably remains their most divisive title. The game is expected to feature a young hero with magical powers. They may have to juggle different abilities to progress. At this time, it doesn't appear to be launching on last-gen consoles. That's not a surprise. Most developers are done with previous-gen consoles at this point. We're over halfway through probably the life cycle, or about halfway, roughly, the life cycle of modern current-gen consoles. And that means most developers are kind of finished developing games for previous gen consoles. That's the way the gaming industry usually works. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have to pay attention and see what we get from this game. EA has discounted some massive games by 90% on Xbox this week as well. 2 of them will expire very soon, though. Two big deals are here for the Dead Space Digital Deluxe and Wild Hearts Karakuri Edition, both of which have been reduced by 90%, bringing them down to $8 US and $9 US, respectively. You can see that they've got links here. Wild Hearts was not reviewed very well, but I'll tell you what, Dead Space, banger of a game. This, by the way, is going to be the original, not the remake, so be aware of that. These couple of deals are only supposed to last till the end of today. When was this? 4:15 a.m. this morning. Okay. Or maybe the end of tomorrow. So you haven't got long to take advantage if you're interested in these deals right here. Elsewhere, you'll find varying levels of discounts on most EA games across the Xbox store for at least the next 24 hours. So it's worth looking to see if your favorite title has been reduced. The likes of F123, EA Sports FC 24, and much more have all been slashed in price. Spotted the Need for Speed Unbound Palace Edition, Need for Speed Heat Deluxe Edition, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe, all discounted by 90% as well. Clearly a lot happening on the Xbox store this December, as we've already seen Xbox dishing out some special 24-hour deals over the past few days. With that in mind, it's worth checking the store every day for any special offers, all right? I'll link this in case anybody's interested. There's probably many more deals, just not of quite the same discount as the ones that they noted here. So take a look if you're interested. Insurgency developer New World Interactive shut down by Embracer Group. All right. Oh, god dang, dude. Embracer is just the scum of scum, it feels like, dude. Let me preface this with the fact that for those that don't know, Embracer, being a large company that has many developers underneath their umbrella as subsidiaries, they apparently are struggling currently, and in large part, it seems due to a roughly $2 billion deal, which they apparently put a lot of their eggs into that basket, if you will, and the deal fell through. The deal was also with Savvy Games Group, and if you don't know who Savvy Games Group is, that is the Saudi Arabian regime. Literally, the Saudi Arabian regime. They're trying to divest their large amount of money they have that obviously they've made off of oil. And they're trying to invest greatly into the gaming industry because the gaming industry is lucrative. They own roughly 10% of Nintendo at this point. They own amounts of, I think, Sony, EA, Tencent, or yeah, is it? I think Tencent. There's a lot of companies that they have bought many shares of, and they outright own SNK as a developer. They were apparently in negotiations of some kind of $2 billion deal with Embracer, which fell through. And just be aware that anytime you see a company called Savvy Games Group in the gaming industry, that is Saudi Arabia's government. Okay. So this falling through of this deal led to apparently Embracer shutting down a bunch of their own studios because they weren't prepared for that deal to not come to fruition. And they've been struggling ever since. So it was earlier this year that deal fell through. They have shut down many developers underneath. They have, of note is Volition. Volition was originally Parallax, I think is what they were called. They had started out about 30 years ago in the gaming industry, doing games like Descent and Red Faction. I think I'm correct there. And most recently of note over the more modern gaming was the Saints Row stuff. And they are no longer a thing at all. Embracer totally dissolved them. They've dissolved other companies too. They're just shutting down company after company underneath them right now, you know. I've talked about this a lot, though. I mean, this is the potential issue that you're going to get yourself into as a development company when you decide to let yourself be bought out by a larger corporation. It's not an easy decision, I'm sure. And upfront, I'm sure it looks like a great, great idea to just have a boatload of money thrown at you, have a lot of resources thrown at you, and to be able to work on projects because I'm sure they feed you full of a lot of smoke too. We're going to support you guys in doing what you've always done. We're not going to mess with your process. Da, da, da. And then all of a sudden you get shut down, you know? And to be fair, I mean, if you're not pulling your weight, then that's something you need to be worried about anyways. But, you're always going to be at the mercy of a larger corporation if you end up getting bought out by them. And the thing that's rough about that is like, take Volition, for instance. I mean, they got shut down. Who still owns all those games? Embracer does, you know? So Embracer's like, well, whatever, we still own all these titles and we'll still be able to do what we want with them. We can do whatever we want with the IP and, you know, bye. But they push out this standard default statement every single time, which is, well, we really appreciate everything that this company has done for us. And, we're so sad that this is what it came to. We really, really didn't want this to happen, and like they really gave a crap, they really didn't. I mean, it's the same default crap every single time, and we never get any kind of indication or there's no information given to us about what really is the result of why they feel like they need to go straight towards just dissolving companies, firing so many employees. Very rarely do we get any kind of inside information about why these companies do this. Have their CEOs, taken any kind of pay cut, or their pockets still lined with gold, Normally they're still lined with gold. Yeah. It's not about it's not about taking care of your employees. It's about taking care of the big wigs and stuff. But this is another instance here of Embracer and doing what they do best, which is just demolishing the companies underneath them, apparently. Insurgency developer New World Interactive shut down by Embracer. Saber Interactive, this is an update to this story. Saber Interactive has provided Insider Gaming with the following statement on the news that New World Interactive is being shut down. Saber can confirm there have been restructuring changes involving our New World Interactive subsidiary. This reorganization has unfortunately resulted in layoffs at the studio. We are working to fill existing open roles within Saber with individuals affected by these changes wherever feasible, and we will be providing severance packages to those employees impacted. Quote, development will continue on Insurgency Sandstorm as well as an unannounced future projects. New World Interactive, the studio behind games Insurgency and Insurgency Sandstorm, has been shut down by Embracer Group as part of the company's self-described restructuring. The news was first reported by Second Wind's Nick Calandra and reportedly confirmed to Insider Gaming by multiple sources. The announcement was made to employees on Monday morning. Founded in 2010, New World Interactive's first game, Insurgency, released in 2014. Studio put out 2 more titles, Day of Infamy and Insurgency Sandstorm, before being acquired by Embracer in August of 2020. Studio had multiple new games in development as of this year, but none had been revealed. At last check, Insurgency Sandstorm was averaging nearly 4,000 players per day on Steam over the last 3 months, 6 years after its release.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Right in the middle of this article, bro.
Sayak just resubscribed for 25 months. I'm a cannibal for life. Kuta staff. Block hop block. Oh no 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 noise. Oh my god. Pinky, ooh ooh. What was that? Get wrecked idiot. Oh I missed him? Oh I thought I nailed him. Somebody's gonna go pound Ganon. Oh my god, that's how you get the crabs. Just a bunch of funny things you've said and look forward to more, homie.
Yeah, bro. Yo. 25 months, dog. Yo, sick, dude. Thanks, brother. God dang. 25 months, bro. Goes fast, doesn't it? Time flies when you're having fun with your homies. You know what I'm saying? Incredible, dog. Yo, I love your flipping TTSs, dude. They're so good. Nobody really does the TTSs quite like Syke does, bro. They always come through with some. Psych always comes through with some flipping phenomenal TTSs. Jesus, crazy, bro. Flipping cooter staff, dude. God dang it. I'm never gonna live that down. What's up, dude? Happy flipping Tuesday, bro. Thanks very much, brother. 25 flipping months, dog. Jesus, incredible. What an incredible amount of support, man. I really appreciate it, dude. Hope you're doing well. How you feeling, bro? By the way, I'm sick. I'm sick. Family's sick. I'm sick. Feels good. You know what I mean? No way, Buck. Yeah. Buck seat. I'm flipping. I think I'm running a fever, dude. I've got the chills, flipping body aches and stuff. Sick, but not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm here, but dude, my daughter's real sick. Dude, she's really beat up. Wife's real sick too, but my wife's like, it's impossible to get her to just take a day off, dude. She'll play it off like she's not all the time. And I'm like, you're sick. You don't need to be going and potentially getting anybody else sick. And she's like, the people need me, you know. I'm like, you can take a day off to recover, dude. It'll be all right. I'll take care of you. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, you're sick, dude. Nah, I appreciate it, dude. It's cool. It's just it is what it is, man. I knew I was gonna get it. As soon as the son got it, and then my daughter started not feeling bad, I was like, this is gonna hit everybody, dude. What do you have on her? Nothing, bro. At all. Yeah. Nothing at all. Yeah. She's that kind of, she like never wants to take medicine. She always it's like a mind over, matter kind of thing. She's always been like that, you know what I mean? She'd be like, doesn't take medicine ever, hardly. Yeah, like, even seeing her take like a Tylenol or something is pretty incredible. Like, she's not feeling very good if she takes something like Tylenol, and that's a rarity, dude. That's a rarity. And if she does something like that, I know she's not feeling well. But she'd be like, always just like trying to put it in her mind that she's okay and she can do it and stuff, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Truck's bad, okay, kids. Who went Duke in the urinal? Yeah, bro. Yeah. What up, Soup? Let's finish this up. Thanks again, Psych. I appreciate it, buddy. I do hope you're feeling better, man. Let's finish this up. At last check, Insurgency Sandstorm was averaging nearly 4,000 players per day on Steam over the last 3 months, 6 years after its release. Embracer Group has yet to respond to the comment on the closure of New World Interactive or respond to the request from Insider Gaming. Recently, Embracer confirmed that Free Radical Design was at risk of closure while also laying off employees at multiple other studios. There have also been talks of selling Borderlands developer Gearbox. Yep, they've been shopping Gearbox as well. Yeah, this is, dude, Embracer, just the worst of the worst, dude. So gross to watch what they've been doing. What up, Soup? What it do? We're almost there. We're gonna watch this trailer in just a few minutes. We're almost there. Get through a couple more articles and we'll so for anybody that's hanging out that hasn't seen yet, the GTA 6 trailer actually got leaked yesterday evening. Or yesterday. And so Rockstar's hands were forced into releasing the trailer themselves earlier than they wanted to. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to watch the trailer and everything. But the trailer wasn't supposed to be watched until like premiering in about 20 minutes from now. And so I'm still going to watch it at that time because I told everybody we would watch it at that time this morning. So I'm just working my way through some of the other articles before we watch the trailer at the time that we were supposed to watch it this morning. In case anybody hasn't seen it yet, they were coming and planning on watching it here together for the first time or whatever, okay? So we'll get through a few more articles and we'll watch it, all right? NVIDIA's RTX technologies are now supported by 500 games and apps with more to come. NVIDIA has announced that its groundbreaking suite of RTX technologies is now supported by over 500 games and applications. Beginning in 2018, features such as ray tracing, AI, and upscaling have gone from a niche to being an integral part of PC gaming. NVIDIA maintains a list of games and apps that support RTX technologies. At this point, in time. There are 380 games supporting some type of ray tracing or DLSS. There are just 2 Alan Wake 2 and Cyberpunk 2077 that support path ray tracing and DLSS 3.5 with ray reconstruction. Though that number is sure to increase, both are stunning to behold on a card like an RTX 4090. By the way, Alan Wake 2 is very, very, very hardware intensive. So you really need something like this to get everything you can out of that game. But the game looks amazing, dude. The first RTX graphics cards launched in 2018, beginning with the 2000 series. Touted ray tracing as the future of graphics. So confident was NVIDIA, it dropped its long-running GTX nomenclature. But ray tracing is punishing on any GPU, and it still is. Yeah, it is. It really is, dude. Ray tracing, if you go take a look at any game, I do this quite often. If you're playing a game and you run some kind of overlay to show how much GPU usage is being taken up by playing the game, and you like play the game with like ray tracing off and look at the usage, and then turn ray tracing on and look at the usage, it's an incredible amount of GPU hardware utilization that is taken up by just ray tracing. So to boost performance, NVIDIA developed the other major RTX technology, DLSS, or Deep Learning Super Sampling, which is also an amazing incorporation. It's an AI-trained upscaling solution that aims to boost performance levels, particularly when ray tracing effects are enabled. In the early days, ray tracing and DLSS support was limited and it required significant developer resources. I was skeptical at the time because I've always preferred an open ecosystem over proprietary technologies. I still do, but RTX is here to stay, and the future of PC gaming is bright. DLSS 1 came and went quickly. DLSS 2 is still by far the most adopted version, but arguably it's the RTX 40 or 4000 series exclusive DLSS 3 that's the real deal, as it adds frame generation into the mix. Frame generation, if you don't know what that is, it's basically the GPU auto-generating every other frame of the game. So that there's more or less resources are required by all your hardware together and the GPU itself to generate every single frame. It basically looks at each frame and goes, okay, this is what the next frame is probably going to be. This is what the next frame is probably going to be. And so every other frame is like kind of automatically driven by like an AI type of technology based on what it previously saw, right? It's not perfect yet, but it is pretty good and it's getting better, right? Now that AMD has introduced its competing fluid motion frames technology, we can expect frame generation to become an ever more integral part of PC gaming. That's the big thing there. I mean, they're just talking about how this technology is evolving. It's being incorporated by more games and everything. And dude, I'll say this, that even if you're not utilizing something like ray tracing, DLSS is super nice. For somebody like me, like I'm running a 3070, right? And I have dude, Alan Wake 2, we're playing it right now. And Alan Wake 2 is, yo, what up, True? Alan Wake 2 is incredibly hardware intensive for GPUs. Uses a lot of resources from your GPU, and can confirm that you know, I even have ray tracing turned off, and I've used overlays to look at the GPU usage, and it's pretty high. But DLSS has been incredibly useful for myself, and I know for many other people, even not using ray tracing, just to get fluid, smooth gameplay for whatever type of card you're using. DLSS is a very good piece of technology that has been developed and incorporated by NVIDIA. It really is. What up, my peoples? I'm all right. I'm sick. I told you I was going to get sick. I'm not too bad right now. I got a headache. I got some body aches. I'm flipping freezing, which means I probably got a fever. But I'm here. My kids are still sick. My wife's sick. You know, you think you are too? Bro, I turned on my antivirus too late. Apparently you did too. Yeah, you got that peepo sick up there. Yeah, I see it now. My bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. That sucks, dude. Everybody's sick. Syatt's sick. Syke's sick. I'm sick. I think Cappy hasn't been feeling great, if I remember correctly. Um, we're all just beat up, dude. So, I don't know, man. I'm trying. I'm trying to power through it. Really bad headache, scratchy throat. Yeah, maybe fever. Yeah, I'm like dealing with the same thing. Yeah, the Oprah special. We all sick. Yo, dude, yeah. Yeah. That's why I've got a headache, dude. I've got flipping body aches, and I took some Tylenol and some decongestant this morning. I woke up this morning, dude, my sinuses were on fire, dude. Like, I'm not congested yet, but it's like that precursor to it. You know what I mean? Where, like, you can feel back in here, you feel your sinuses, they're just on fire, man. That's the way I feel right now. So breathing burns, breathing through my nose burns. You're not sick because you have the patch, right? Got you. Yeah, good for you. I need to go look for that patch then, I guess. Sorry, guys. Obviously, you can hear me. This is, dude. Is Vault around here? Is Vault around here? I know Vault was thinking about playing this game. Where's Vault at? He's not in here right now, I don't think. Yo, as I was saying, whenever I pulled this article up, the day before, they're quoted as saying, "Please don't accuse us of scamming." Yeah. Thanks, Soup. Yeah, I hope everybody gets well too. Yeah. Sorry. So I definitely need more coffee. Sorry, guys. Get some of that water. Um, this game has been a real weird situation where it was like the most wishlisted game for roughly a year to a year and a half on Steam until it got kind of bumped off by some weird situations as well as Hogwarts Legacy coming into the play or coming into the fold. But they had issues of like the name not being copyrighted before it was supposed to release initially. People were calling it out for, like they were supposed to be releasing trailers, but they didn't. People, when they finally did release trailers, people were calling them out for using other games, kind of VOD sections and stuff. There was a lot of weird stuff. It got taken down off of Steam. It was supposed to release, I don't know, man, roughly a year ago, maybe. And it's been delayed a couple times since, few times since. What I've been telling everybody is like, be careful about this game. It seems really weird. The premise behind it was always interesting, which is why so many people were hyped about it. Excuse me. But there's so many red flags about it. I talk about that kind of stuff all the time. When there's too many issues of like red flags, I try to like advise people to be very careful about spending your money on products like this, software like this, when it seems like you might be better off like holding off until the game releases for a few days to see what people's impressions are, look at some reviews and stuff like that. And I've been advising people to just be very careful with this one. And now I think that some of those things I've been kind of hesitant about and worried about with this title, I think that I'm being reinforced here a little bit by the devs potentially putting out a statement like, please don't accuse us of scamming. I think when you see something like this before this game is releasing in 2 days, by the way, finally. And when you hear something like this, you have to be concerned. This week, the day before will finally be released. It's a day that has been up in the air for years, following legal disputes, postponements, and claims that this open world survival game is nothing more than vaporware. On Thursday, December 7th, we'll get our hands on the game after all this waiting, and we'll finally find out if it was all just some heated fever dream the entire time. In a recent statement published by before the game's release, the day before's developer, Fantastic, revealed that it loves everyone. Said it had created this game even for those that didn't believe in them. The team also pleaded with the internet, requesting that the gaming community doesn't accuse them of scamming. I think anytime that a developer has to push out some kind of statement like this, you got to be very worried, okay? It wasn't easy. In the statement published on Twitter, several stern remarks were handed down by Fantastic. Please don't accuse us of scamming. That's not true. We didn't take a penny from anyone. Please don't accuse us of an asset flip. That's not true also. Our team worked night and day for 5 years to make our dream game a reality. There were apologies made for not having the best marketing, which is likely a nod to the terrible and at times bizarre trailers that were released in an attempt to showcase the day before. And the messages to the community, the dev thanked the devoted fans who protected the company from injustice and fakes. It's a tough time right now because nobody expects the day before to deliver. I mean, rightfully so, though. But at the same time, we're also hopeful that it will. It's a fan. I always want games to be good, but there's reasons. That's not the world we live in. We don't live in a reality where every game's good, and it's important for us to be hyper aware of indicators that tell us a game is potentially got some worrying things about it, right? That way we don't get duped. Many of us have been duped too many times before, and it's important for us to remain vigilant about these kinds of issues and stuff. It's a fantastic game on paper, but like I said before, but what we've seen so far and how the project has been treated is enough to fill even the most optimistic gamer with doubt. Are you going to be investing in the day before on December 7th, or will you wait for the reviews to drop? Wait for the reviews to drop. Please. Wait for the reviews to drop. Don't get duped. If it's good, that's awesome. That's great. I want it to be good. I do. But there are enough, red flags here that you should be pretty hesitant about buying into this day one. So give it a couple days. Find out what people are saying before you just throw your money away on something that isn't worth. Okay? That's my advice. We're almost there. We're going to read one more article, and we're right on time, dude. We got one more article here, and then we're going to watch this GTA 6 trailer together and talk about it, as well as the fact that it got leaked early and stuff, okay? PS Plus Stealth game brings expanded features to premium games. Stealth update, excuse me. PS Plus Stealth update brings expanded features to premium games. Sony has quietly delivered a PS Plus Premium Save States update that frees up the limited number of saves players can make playing PS1 and PSP games. Have you ever found yourself running out of save slots while trying to unlock all those Legend of Dragoon trophies on PS Plus? If so, then good news. Sony has supplied the full PSP and PS1 games list on PS Plus Premium with a Save States update, giving you more chances to save your games mid-action. PS Plus Premium save slots expanded in recent update. Seems that the PS5 firmware update for November may have brought a few more changes than even Sony expected, as this recent PS Plus update went completely unreported by the PlayStation giant. The new PS Plus Premium Save States update is pretty straightforward. Originally, PS4 and PS5 players could only create a maximum of 6 save states. Now players can create 20 save states per game. Nice. Better. Much better. Players will only notice, I don't know why you can't have unlimited if it's, are these being saved on the cloud? Probably. Probably so. I'm assuming. Otherwise, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to save as many as you wanted on your local hard drive. Players will only notice this change if they have a classic PS1 or PSP game already installed on their PS4 or PS5 before the update took effect. Opening up any of these titles will produce a very brief quick save update screen, after which users will find their retro PlayStation games now have expanded slots for save. But if it's downloaded on your... While the change will most certainly benefit PS Plus Premium users the most, given their access to a wide range of emulated PS1 and PSP games via the Classics catalog, the recent update isn't limited to just PS Plus subscribers. Both PS5 and PS4 users who have purchased a retro game via their PS Store, which has quick save and quick load compatibility, will also benefit from this recent Save States update. It is limiting you even on your local. What? How are you limited on your local hard drive? I can only assume this is talking about your local hard drive, too. Save states for these games, look, getting all the way up to 20 is much better than 6. How can you not just utilize as much of your hard drive as you want for save states if it's your own local hard drive? All right, I'm taking my sweater off. You guys ready for this? It's time for this flipping. We're gonna watch this trailer. Hold on, let me take this sweater off. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, let me preface this with, I thought you were getting a show. No, sorry. My bad. Next time. Next time. The thing is, like, if I'm like yanking a sweater off and stuff, I got so much crap around here that I'm afraid I'm gonna like bust it up. You know what I mean? So I usually just stand up. But next time I'll do my best. For those of you that aren't aware, this trailer was supposed to be premiering like literally 2 minutes from now today. And it apparently got leaked on Twitter/X last night, which forced Rockstar's hand into going ahead and releasing this trailer early. They are pissed. They're not happy, as they should be. I say this a lot, and I'm very steadfast in this sentiment that it sucks how much developers have to deal with people leaking, stealing, trying to data mine information out of their products that they haven't released information on yet. It's not cool, dude. It's not good for us as the consumer and gaming enthusiasts. It's not good for the developer. It's not good for our relationship. And don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of occasions in the history of the gaming industry where developers and publishers have damaged their reputation with us as the consumer and gaming enthusiasts. But there have been plenty of occasions where we, as the gaming enthusiast and consumer, have damaged the relationship with developers and publishers as well. And there's nothing gained, literally, besides continuing to disrupt a development process, a project, and continue to degrade the relationship that we as fans and the community have with developers by people data mining information, stealing information, leaking information when we'll get it when we're supposed to get it. We'll get this information whenever the developer's ready to give it to us. But it sucks for the developer whenever they are forced into giving us information at a time they're not ready to give it to us. But a lot of people don't look at it like that, you know? And I'm not a proponent of it, dude. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid that so many people just try to steal information from developers all the time and push it out before the developer's ready to give us the information themselves. We'll get it when we're supposed to get it. And I haven't watched this yet. I didn't want to watch it without you guys because I told everybody we would watch this together. So before I even started the stream up this morning, I pulled up the YouTube page and saw that it had already leaked. And I was like, crap, that sucks. And, well, I saw that it had already released and I assumed it had leaked. And then I looked online and sure enough. And so we'll watch this and then we'll discuss more of this afterwards as I have some other articles and everything up as well. Okay. So let's watch this and then we'll discuss more of this afterwards.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
There was a girl I knew.
Sick.
She cared about me. She tried to make my world the way she thought it should be. Yeah, we were desperate then to have each other apart.
Vice. God dang, dude. Oh, god dang, dude. Ghost ride the whip, son.
Well, look who's back. The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team.
This is literally just a representation of the world we live in now,
Trust.
right?
Trust.
All right. If you want to watch it again or anything, I'll give you the link. Now we can discuss this. All right. So that was my first thought, was it sucks for the developers. You know, I'm not even a fan of Rockstar right now. I think that Rockstar's gotten pretty gross, to be honest. But as a whole, I've felt this way about, you know, the industry and developers, and the way that, you know, the relationship between us as gaming enthusiasts and developers, and the way it has degraded over time. Don't get me wrong, there's issues on both sides of this ball field, right? Both sides of the pitch, if you will. They've done us dirty many, many times. They've done us flipping dirty, dude. You want to talk about hyping up games so much, being put into the marketing and promotion of games, and then releasing them whenever they don't fulfill those promises, whether it be performance or content or both or whatever. They have duped us so many times. And I myself am jaded by it. I know many of the other people in this community and many of the other consumers and gaming enthusiasts in the world are jaded by it. It's resulted in, I think, more piracy than there ever would be had developers and publishers not done that kind of thing in large part. I've been very, very vocal about the fact that, unfortunately, in the industry, there's no like regulatory committee that holds these companies responsible for doing that kind of thing. So it's on us as the consumer to do it. Either you take action in remembering what companies do you wrong and don't support them anymore, or you feed the beast. It is what it is. Gaming's supposed to be about having fun, but we can really only protect ourselves. There's nobody else out there in this industry, no committee, no organization, nothing like that, that's going to do it for us, right? And here's the thing. On the flip side of this coin, there have been, and we always talk about how important it is in this community, right? We feel it's very important to have open lines of communication with developers and publishers and things like that. Games that traditionally have open lines of communication through the development process and everything like that, to get good feedback from us as the fan base and the community behind those games that are interested in playing them, tend to be better. They tend to do better. They incorporate more of the things that we want to see. And those lines of communication are important. But you can't knock these companies for feeling very, very reluctant to open lines of communication with us anymore, when we've had people do things like show up at their place of work, or even show up at people's private residence and threaten people over a video game. You know what I mean? With personal harm, threaten their families, things of that nature. So, and don't get me wrong, I think it's a minority, a small percentage of the people that are a part of us as the consumer and gaming enthusiasts that have resorted to those kinds of actions, but it's not acceptable. And you have to understand why it has probably, I would say most definitely, led to a lot of these developers and publishers being very, very hesitant, if not being totally reluctant, to have open lines of communication with us moving forward because it's too flippin' scary, right? So there have been, and I'm just covering a few aspects of things that have happened in the industry over time that I think are big spotlights, but there's more to it, right? They've done wrong, we've done wrong, but it's I don't understand why people feel like this is the play. All this does is continue to degrade that relationship with developers. And again, I'm not a fan of Rockstar right now. I think they're disgusting. I think doing things like releasing a game 13 years after it was initially released, porting it to modern platforms and making people pay a $50 price point, which is really what a price point should have been for a game that would be remastered, is absolutely disgusting. That is taking advantage of us as the consumer. That's gross. That shouldn't happen, you know? But this is not good either. Whenever we get people that are constantly data mining information, hacking into companies, stealing info, leaking content, and pushing developers' hands into giving us information when they're not ready, it messes with their process. We have enough issues in the industry right now with games being released unfinished, without the right kind of content, and I can only assume that us making them, you know, messing with their process doesn't help anything. I can only imagine. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. You know, I don't know what the answer is here, but I definitely don't think that us constantly trying to leak information, data mine information, steal information, and leak it about these projects and everything is the answer. I don't think it's good for the industry. I don't think it's good for the relationship between them and us. And I'm not a fan of it, man. And I've been very vocal about this for a long time. I think it needs to stop. But a lot of people don't look at it like that. They're just like, oh, God, I can't wait. I'm going to do everything I can to get information before I would eventually get it anyways. What does that do for you? What is that actually doing for people? I don't understand. The developer and the publisher are going to give you that information whenever they're ready to give it to you. And eventually you're going to get it. So what is this doing? Nothing really, as far as I can tell, besides ruining the relationship between us and them even further. You know? And again, they've done stuff constantly to harm the relationship as well. You know, but two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I mean? So I guess now that I've gotten that out of the way, true, exactly. Yeah. So let's dive into a little bit of this and see what Rockstar has to say about this early leak and everything. So Rockstar devs react to Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer leak. This flippin' sucks. Shortly after leaking on X, Rockstar released the official GTA 6 trailer early. It's not fun for developers when trailers leak early for their games, but I imagine even less so when your studio has something new to share as rarely as Rockstar does. The studio planned to premiere the first GTA 6 trailer this morning at like basically 10 minutes ago. People were so excited about it that thousands were sitting around in the live stream chat 24 hours ahead of time to get hyped about the game. Then earlier yesterday, the full trailer leaked onto X with an ugly crypto watermark glazed over the center of the screen. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. This forced Rockstar's hand. Dude, like I've talked about, the leaker's account was suspended, but rather than let that pixelated, partially obscured version of the trailer circulate for the next 12 hours, Rockstar went ahead and posted the official trailer on YouTube early. It's a good trailer, but some Rockstar employees are annoyed that their big reveal was moved forward by a leak, and I cannot blame them. This is you know that they were going to have some kind of like trailer reveal kind of like party at the dev, and you know what I mean. And dude, that that had to put a huge dampener on like the whole vibe of what they were having going on there and stuff too. You know, that sucks for them. Um, uh, this sucks, wrote Rockstar senior gameplay animator Javier Altman on X. I was hoping to watch this for the first time tomorrow along with my fellow teammates and coworkers. I feel we deserved that moment, he wrote in a follow-up. I'm actually not going to watch this until I'm in the office with the people I made this with and who worked so flippin' hard to make it happen, which is exactly what I did this morning too. I waited. We just watched it. I waited until it was supposed to premiere because I told everybody in this community that we were going to watch it together. And if anybody watched it beforehand, okay, that's cool. But I didn't want to watch it without everybody that I told I was going to watch it with, right? And so that was important to me. And I wanted to make sure that if anybody else was hyped about watching it together, that it was going to be my first look at it and along with you guys. You know what I mean? Graphics programmer Angel Ortiz is holding off on watching the trailer until he can see it with the people who worked hard to make it happen. Rockstar senior programmer Connor was a little louder with the disappointment. Flipping seriously. Sorry for the rage, Connor continued in a follow-up, but the trailer leak is just so disheartening. I was really looking forward to watching the premiere with everyone. A lot of people were. One developer who deleted their comment chose the visual medium of emoji to express their feelings. Yeah. Yeah, enjoy, folks. Would have been nice to do this with all of you at the same time. Yeah, agreed. Senior gameplay designer Phil Beveridge. Beveridge? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Shared the trailer, adding, it would have been nice to do this with all of you. Yeah. Still, many Rockstar devs are taking it on the chin and basking in the excitement all the same. Even one developer who worked on GTA 6 for years before moving on to Infinity Ward. Several other devs are sad it had to happen this way, but are still psyched the first glimpse of their work is finally out in the wild. Yeah. Feels bad, dude. Even though Rockstar's marketing event didn't go as planned, it must feel good to finally lift the veil on a super secretive project you're proud of. Like a big satisfying sigh after a long day. I sympathize, but years down the road, most of us are going to forget this happened because we'll be talking about it happening with another project, unfortunately. Millions of people are going to watch this trailer as they wait over a year for GTA 6, and the unimportant details of its early arrival will fade into the background. GTA 6 is set to release on PlayStation and Xbox in 2025, but no PC date was announced, which has us expecting another Red Dead Redemption 2 situation where the PC version comes out later. PC players are going to riot. You can also read PC Gamer's reaction to observations from the trailer. We kind of already were expecting this because this is normally the play from Rockstar. They like to release on console and make PC wait. And we know that PlayStation has like basically publishing rights to this and everything too. Yeah, they've done it traditionally. Traditionally, they've contracted publishing rights for console over PC. So PC always comes in late most of the time for Rockstar games. So, I mean, consider me not surprised here, you know, about that aspect of this. I was kind of expecting that, and we had talked about it a little bit over the past couple of days in the news, video gaming news segments where, you know, anticipating the trailer and stuff, but it doesn't feel good, you know? Yeah, true. So, I don't know. Again, I think that, you know, a lot of my sentiments that I talked about before we even, you know, before and after watching the trailer, and before we read into this article, were actually kind of hit on in the article too, which is good because I think a lot of us feel this way too. Unfortunately, there's also an amount of the population that just doesn't care. They don't look at this critically, and they don't look at what it does to strain the relationship and degrade the relationship between us and the developers and you know, publishers and stuff, because they just don't really care, and that sucks. We need to be working on trying to rebuild relationships here rather than degrade them. And I mean, you know, which is why I constantly try to educate people on supporting the good developers, good publishers. When they show you a trend of doing good stuff, support that. Don't support the bad ones, support the good ones and things. You know what I mean? But we need to quit doing this kind of stuff too, because this is not good in my opinion. It looks next gen. I mean, if you mean like next gen console, no. This will be released on current gen consoles. To be fair, I mean, it looks very modern, yeah, but it's current gen for sure. Next gen consoles aren't going to be here until like probably no, no way. I seriously doubt that. That would mean 5 years. November of 2025 would be a 5-year timeline for PS5 lifespan before PS6 would be out. That's not long enough, I don't think. I don't think that's long enough. Traditionally, your life cycle for consoles is like 7 years average. About 7 years. 6.5 to 7 years. And that would put PS5 on a 5-year timeline if the PS6 released in November. What do you mean 8 to 10 years? Kidding, but yeah, Florida, yeah. PS5 released in 2020. Oh, you mean the life cycle? Nah, if you look at it, console timelines are usually about 7 years average. I'm not saying that it's still not going on. I'm talking about how long before the next gen comes out. I'm talking about how long before the next generation hits while the current gen is out. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you need to look at. They just hit the PS5 Slim. There's talks PS5 Pro hitting as well. I'm talking about how long it was like PS4 out before PS5 dropped. How long was PS3 out before PS4 dropped? That's what I'm talking about. How long has Switch been out before the new hardware is about to drop? That's what I'm talking about. The timeline of a console being the current gen console before the new console drops. Exactly. 7 years, dude. That's what I'm saying, Soup. That's 7. Mathings. That's what I'm saying. An average of 7 years. Average of 7 years. Well, it depends. Look, every console maker has had varying timelines. There's a baseline. That's what I'm getting at. There's a baseline that averages at about 7 years. There have been some that have been a little bit sooner. There have been some that have been a little bit later. The baseline is like 7 years if you take a look. It's roughly 7 years, give or take a little bit. It just depends. A lot of it depends on technology, evolution, things like that. What are they trying to get done? What price point are they trying to hit? How much evolution has gone by? Things of that nature. You know what I mean? Nintendo has taken way too long for the Switch, in my opinion. You know what I mean? For a mobile console, it's still sold very well, but it's significantly underpowered. You know? No, Soup. No, we can't. No. No. Bro, it looked like Minecraft. GTA 5 Minecraft. You know? So, no, I don't. You know, obviously, like, this game will be on modern consoles whenever, we get the new gen consoles, where it's going to be on the current gen consoles. And whenever new gen consoles come out, which will probably be sometime around like 2027, roughly, right? Give or take a little bit. It'll be on those as well, because this is going to be a game as a service. It's going to be very long standing, right? We know that. If this game releases in 2025, it's going to be on current gen consoles. We know that, right? But it ran on the 360. Mario Kart is king. I don't know. We're getting, we're getting GTA on Netflix, by the way. You still can't play it with any kind of legitimate platform besides their mobile app, but you know. I mean, GTA, I mean, it could, dude, but yeah, I mean, Netflix has games. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, is that a troll? I didn't see any kappa behind that. Yeah. Yeah, Netflix has actually really good games, Florida, if you didn't know. Yeah. So, Netflix has really good games, but I've been oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's the thing that's weird though, and I've been pretty critical here lately of Netflix. Oh, oh my god, that stretch, guys. My body hurts. Hurts. Dude, because of being sick. I got the body aches, dude. That stretch felt wonderful. Oh no, Florida, dude. They just put Hades on there. They've got like older GTA games that are coming now. They've got like Into the Breach. They've got Oxenfree on there. They've got all kinds of banger games, man. This is the thing. Like 2 years ago, Netflix kind of jumped into the whole like gaming venture, right? They wanted to kind of get into the gaming industry, and their initial jump in seemed really smart to me. It was like, let's just get a bunch of banger games and put them on our platform for people to play. But the big caveat to it is that you can only play those games on their mobile application. And we're 2 years in now. They've already told us they own a couple of developers themselves now. They're making apparently a AAA game at this point, but you can still only play their games on the mobile app. So if you can't play their games on console, you can't pull up a browser, you can't use the desktop app or anything like that. And it's really, really gross. They're like, well, our numbers are kind of down, you know. It's like, well, because you guys are missing so many demographics of gamers. You're only relying on people that are going to access your games through a mobile app. That's ridiculous, you know. That's the thing that I've been like currently pretty critical of them about. Like, it just feels real short-sighted on their part, you know? Remember all the old school service games that were kind of like Netflix sending you a DVD? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can't think of any of the names of them on top of my... I mean, Netflix used to do the same thing for a while, didn't they? They would do games and stuff, didn't they? But yeah, there were those gaming services that were like Netflix. But basically, I mean, if you think about it, and I've had people... I've been trying to promote people looking at what's happening in the gaming industry the same way as like what Netflix has done for the movie and TV industry as well. Game Pass is the same thing as Netflix, but the gaming industry, right? Game Pass is changing things. This whole games as a service, like for actually like buying into subscriptions and streaming games and stuff like that, it's changing the industry significantly. And you're seeing a lot of other companies follow suit, but really Game Pass is the one that, and Xbox and Microsoft, they're the ones that really like, oh, Gamefly, there you go. Yeah, nice. True's got it. They're the ones that really like have led the way here, you know, and they needed to. They had to find ways to be inventive and creative to compete in the industry because they've never sold but about half as much hardware and software that PlayStation and Nintendo have. They've always been at a disadvantage. They had to find ways to compete, and that was a big one for them. Yeah, True with the save. That's right. That's right. So, we'll keep going here. Let's talk about this. PC gamers brace themselves for the inevitable GTA 6 double dip. Double dip. GTA 6 saw the release of its debut trailer last night, earlier than publisher and developer Rockstar had planned, and with its confirmation of a 2025 release date, but it's the platforms Rockstar has listed for GTA 6 at launch. Notably, only PS5 and Xbox Series X and S have sent that has sent shockwaves through the PC gaming community. Cursory glance online at PC gaming communities, subreddits, and social spaces shows a mix of downbeat acceptance and shock that Rockstar plans to skip PC for GTA 6's launch in this day and age. The option is either waiting to play GTA 6 from 2026, or perhaps beyond, or buckle up and go for the famous Rockstar game Double Dip. Nintendo's the worst at this, by the way. Nintendo is the worst, and it's not from a different platform, it's from their different consoles. Nintendo is disgusting, though. And let me try to get people to think about something here. If you own a game, shouldn't you just own the game? This will never happen. But if you own the game, shouldn't you just own the game? No matter what platform it's on? We've gotten so accustomed to the way the industry works, right? They've worked us like this for a very long time. And I'll put the same sentiment towards something like Nintendo. And let's bring up Mario Kart, Florida. What platform did Mario Kart 8 drop on, Florida? And how long ago? Wii U, right? Roughly 9 years ago, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So it dropped on the Wii U roughly 9 years ago, almost a decade ago. Nintendo 64. And then right after it launched, what did they do? They came out with new hardware, being the Switch, and then what did they also do? They made people double dip. If you want to play Mario Kart 8 on our new hardware, you're going to have to buy that game again. You know? Why? Why would you have to buy a game again if you already outright own it? Who cares if it's being ported over to a new console? If you own that console and you can prove you own that game, you should be able to play that game. You shouldn't have to buy it twice or 3 times or whatever the case may be. If the company ports it and you own it and you can prove you own it, you should be able to play it. The industry, especially on the console side of things, not that it doesn't happen like we can see right here, not that it doesn't happen on the PC side, but especially on the console side, it's been very, very, very gross like this for a very long time. And there's no reason for it other than greed. And the fact that it's been like this for so long, people aren't calling the companies out for it. I talk about this a lot. I find it disgusting. You know? They're actually scamming us constantly. Yeah. You'll see companies occasionally do that kind of thing for people, but for the most part, it doesn't happen. For the most part, these companies go, oh, well, sorry, you owned it on the PS4, and, you know, you want to play it on the PS5, you'll have to buy it. You know? It does happen. It does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but traditionally, companies haven't been very good about it. Usually, if it happens, it's because the developer themselves goes, yo, thanks. And if you already own the game, you can go ahead and just have it on the new platform or whatever that we're releasing it on to. But it's a rarity, I feel. It's a rarity. And a lot of especially like console developers and stuff, like Nintendo, PlayStation, those guys, and PlayStation has like an upgrade system they're working on and stuff. So it's not like there's nothing there, but traditionally, it's a pretty scummy thing that happens quite often in the industry. Exactly what some fans have said they're going to do now, their worst fears have been realized. Over on the PC Gaming subreddit, post after post bemoans Rockstar's decision. I'm not double dipping 2027. It is, joked Silver Dragon 7. I heard they also confirmed it for the PS6, PS7, and PS8. Added Octopus Royalty. What a name, dude. I love that. There are plenty of serious comments from PC gamers angered by Rockstar's decision. I told you guys, dude, PC gamers were going to riot about this. I said this like a day or two ago. Come on, man. Even FromSoft releases it on PC. Hate Rockstar for this. Come on, said Quirky Football 9043. Does this surprise me? No, considering their history. Do I think this is a brain dead decision in 2023? Yes. Exactly the same sentiments I have. Exactly. Said Fearless Butterfly Theory. We got stiffed on Red Dead Remaster. Thank you. And now this. Thanks for nothing, Rockstar, said Fruit Loop 23. Look, I've said this. I'm really disgusted with Rockstar. I'm totally over them. They've become really, really disgusting for me. The kind of straw that broke the camel's back, if you will, would be the RDR port for $50. I just couldn't, dude. It was like, you got to be kidding me. That's a remake, or that's like a remaster price, man. You know, if at least a remaster price, and they just ported the game to modern platforms and made people pay $50 for it. Disgusting, dude. Disgusting. Honestly, the way Rockstar treats PC players as second-class citizens is a joke. They released their games later. They recently updated the console versions of GTA 5 and ignored the PC version. Their parent company sued modders and then threatened them, not to mention modding tools like OpenIV, or is that OpenIV or Open4, have been shut down because of them. They don't care about PC players. Did anyone expect different, really? I didn't. I knew that this was going to be the case. I would love to see it be different, but I knew this was going to be the case. I knew people were going to be pissed. PC will drop a year or two later like every other one of their releases. This is what sucks. Some PC gamers desperate for GTA 6 have even said they now plan to buy an entirely new console to play at launch. I'll actually have to buy a console if this is true. God. But, I mean, this is the industry. It's not like... I'm not surprised. I don't think anybody else should be surprised. It feels like a bad play. But how much money did, they get to do this? And that's where Rockstar, I'm sorry, but Rockstar has felt like a greed monster to me for a long time now. And that's all that really matters. It seems like. All they really care about is GTA and money. GTA and money. Rockstar is famously secretive, rarely explains itself, so it's unclear exactly why it prefers to avoid the PC for its game's launch. Back in 2012, IGN asked Rockstar's Dan Houser, who left the company he co-founded in 2020, why the team planned to skip the PC for the launch of GTA 5. His quote was, "Everything else is up for consideration," he replied. "That's all I can give you. The main thing is we are not. We are a third-party publisher. We are not Nintendo. We're not Sony. We're not Microsoft. We love them. We love all of them in different ways, but we can do whatever we want wherever there's the appropriate business opportunity and chance to find a market. If that's on Apple, we put something on Apple, wherever it might be. I think that's the fun in what we do. We see ourselves as a content company that uses technology. We don't make it. We use it to make the most fun stuff." Yeah, I know. True. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Florida, you're right. Yeah, the whole university stuff is just an absolute scam as well. Yep. Yeah, it's so gross. Like, flipping education's not expensive enough anyways. Then they do that crap with the books every single year too. It's so gross. Yeah, exactly, true. Exactly. With the whole strange horticulture thing. Absolutely. It doesn't feel good, dude. I mean, but this is Rockstar, guys. You know? we've known this is who Rockstar is for a very long time now. I'm not surprised in the least. Doesn't feel good, but I'm not surprised. I knew people would rage, and it is what it is. Again, I mean, I think people have to. This is that like fork in the road where people have to determine, is this the kind of company that you want to keep supporting? You know, no, I don't. I've been done with Rockstar for quite a while, but this is what people have to determine for themselves. Is this the type of company you want to keep being a part of and keep seeing them do this kind of crap? You know, you want to keep supporting this? We don't have anybody else that's gonna like take a stand for us or anything. So you as a consumer have to determine if this is something that you want to keep supporting or not. That's really all there is to it. And this is the last part of this I'm going to talk about. Dude, really, really, really worried about this too. And I wouldn't even be surprised with how greedy Rockstar has become. 3 gaming crypto tokens have in your watch list as GTA 6 trailer looms. These are the highlight points here. Rockstar Games will release its trailer for GTA 6 on Tuesday. That's false. It released last night early. Tokens like ENJ, AXS, and MANA prices could rally in response to the gaming narrative. Illuvium's launch on the Epic Games Store ushered in a rally of gaming tokens. They're not really talking about whether or not the game's going to include this or not. They don't have any definitive information there. Here's what I'll say, dude. By the way, we're watching this on Thursday. Don't forget. I'll talk about that in a second. I cannot recommend enough people stay away from like games that have to do with NFT, blockchain, Web3, cryptocurrency, all that kind of stuff has been so scummy in the gaming industry and a lot of other places in the world too. But the gaming industry has been polluted with skamazes with all those types of incorporations. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's not that I can't see a potential future where things like the blockchain and NFTs could be a mutually beneficial thing between us as the consumer and game player and for developers as well. But right now, we're not close to that being something that could come to fruition. And all of that stuff, I'm sorry, I cannot recommend enough people stay away from it. Prepare to get skamazed if you do. Last thing, Thursday, we're going to have a long stream. Long stream. So I'm going to do everything I can to try to make sure that I'm not too sick to do this. I feel like every time I get sick, we're supposed to be doing some kind of special event, dude. It's insane. So Thursday, we're going to be doing like a 14 to 15 hour stream probably. I normally start at 6 a.m., right? That's like our usual start time for the stream, unless anything comes up that's unexpected. And on Thursday, the Game Awards pop off at 6:30 p.m. So 12 and a half hours, roughly 12 to 12 and a half hours after starting the stream, we're going to be watching the Game Awards. And the Game Awards usually last roughly a couple hours, probably 2 to 3 hours. So we're going to be probably doing like a 14 to 15 hour stream on Thursday. So we'll do the news that morning. We'll play games all day. And then we will watch the Game Awards to finish that night off. Cool. So if you want to come hang out and enjoy the Game Awards, we'll be here. Cool. Let's get some music popping. What do you say? Nice. Happy Tuesday, guys. Tomorrow's our normal day off, so no more video gaming news or gaming content until the 7th, which will also be, like I just said, a very long stream, as we will be going all the way until the end of the Game Awards that night, so be prepared for that. But I really appreciate everybody being here and being a part of what we do on the constant, and for being here and being a part of the video gaming news segment this morning also. It's unfortunate that a developer has had to deal with another leak, even if I'm not a fan of that developer. It's, again, I don't think it's good for the industry, and I'll stand by that. But I'll be getting a lot of the VODs out of this news segment, putting them up on YouTube. If you guys want to rehash this stuff out, put some comments in there and stuff, it'll be up there probably tomorrow night or something. But for anybody that might not be familiar with what we do here, whether you're watching this live or as a VOD later on, we always start off our streams 6 days a week, roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT with video gaming news, like we're finishing up right now, before we move on and play games for the rest of the day. All of our previous content, whether it be the news segments or clips out of the news segments or playthroughs of games we've done, funny clips and highlights and everything, all that content's on the Twitch channel and the YouTube page. I would prompt you to go check out some of that content, see if you enjoy what we do here, and if so, then come be a part of the community whenever we are live, man. We're always looking for more cool people that are about spreading good vibes, man, and having a good time, enjoying the world of video games, to come be a part of what we do. We've got an amazing community here, and we're always looking for more people to add to the community and spreading the goodwill around, man. So I don't know. Other than that, happy Tuesday. I know we got a lot of sick people in the community right now. It's that time of the year, so I hope everybody starts feeling better. Stay healthy, get healthy, stay healthy. Be kind to one another, man. And we will catch everybody on Thursday for our next edition of Video Gaming News on December 7th. I'm going to run us an outro. Stream's not going down. It just gets me a segue to begin starting to do the gaming content, all right? But you guys rock. Thanks for being you. And as soon as the outro's out, we'll start getting ready for some gaming stuff.